Thanks for tuning in. Today I have a really exciting unboxing video because this is my very first Chanel fine jewelry piece that I have added to my collection. I want to say a few videos ago I shared a vlog of going to Neiman Marcus before it closes down, and I went a couple of times so that I could retry on some pieces, and actually it was the second trip that I picked this piece up. So that's why the hauls ended up being two separate, because I didn't have all the pieces with me at the time that I filmed my last Chanel haul. So I'm super excited to share this piece. I feel like it's a great piece that's like a big bang for your buck, and I can't wait to show it to you all. I feel like I always have some sort of disclaimer going on. I tried my best with the lighting. I don't think I picked the best shirt because it's white with a white bag, and all of this is just like bouncing light off, but I did my best to try and get that under control. So if you feel like it's a little bright, I'm sorry, but let's just say it's the energy that's just radiating off of me. And secondly, as always, it is super hot in New York City. It started to cool down a little bit, I have to say, but I don't want to jinx it. But regardless, I have a fan that's blowing some air. If you're wondering why my hair is slightly moving and the shirt might ripple a little bit, it's because there's a fan that's blowing some air. Let's just pretend we're sitting outside, you know, we're dining al fresco with some champagne in our hands while we chat about this, shall we? But that aside, I'm gonna go ahead and share the piece that I got. I had this moment, this like creative spurt of energy come through, so I wanted to do something a little bit different for this unboxing. I had an idea of how I could maybe visually present it a little bit differently, so I'm going to insert that right now. It's going to be a little clip of me and some of the details so you can see everything, and then I'm going to hop back here to chat more about it. Back. I hope you enjoyed that little clip. I had a lot of fun filming it, if you will, with just whatever pieces, resources I had available. But it was fun to let out some creative energy, if you will. So I have the piece here with me on the side. It's in this little box. I have to say that the ribbon itself on the fine jewelry piece is definitely different. It's much more of a silky ribbon versus the standard ribbon that's like more of a gross grain ribbon. This one's like silky, and the Chanel is like on top of it. It's not printed on it. It's kind of like glued on top. I don't know. It's a very, very fancy ribbon, I have to say. And of course, the the box. And of course, the bag itself also is different. It's the fine jewelry bag, which has the little lion in the front. I didn't even know that Chanel fine jewelry had a different set of packaging. I mean, I imagined it would have a different box, but I didn't think the bag and the ribbon and things like that would be different. So that was very interesting to me. And the bag itself, it is super, super understated. There's no branding. There's no logo on it. It only has the little lion head on the front, and that's pretty much it. Oh, I mean, it says like Chanel straight down the inside. I don't know if you can see that, but it says Chanel straight down at the bottom, but like there's no indication on the outside of this bag. So let me just grab it out of the box. So there's the outer box casing that's black, and then there's the actual jewelry box in the inside that is white with black trimming border, I would say. And when you open it up, it's nestled inside there with the little Chanel cushion, of course. I just find this to be super cute and adorable. It's really fluffy, and it really helps prevent it from jostling around in there. So this is the piece that I picked up. So I don't know if you guys noticed on any social media, but I want to say a few weeks ago, I feel like Chanel launched their marketing campaigns around the new Cocoa Crush. So this is the Chanel Cocoa Crush in the slim version. I specifically have it in the beige gold color, which you may reckon is a rose gold color, but actually the beige gold is specific to the House of Chanel. That combination of gold to make that shade is very specific and exclusive to Chanel, but it's a tone of rose gold, if you will. You know how sometimes you see rose gold that leans a lot more pink and there's some that lean a lot more yellow? Well, they named theirs beige gold, and it's a very, very specific tone in between, in the middle of that spectrum. I'm going to put it on. Awesome. I'm going to try my best to convey this as best as I can. I really feel like this is great bang for your buck. It's a extremely substantial piece. It's pretty weighty in terms of the feel you have in your hand and on your finger. So it doesn't feel like, you know, those gold rings that are really thin and just, it feels like there was only like a tiny bit of, like they tried to put as little gold as possible in there, you know, but still claim it's gold. It doesn't feel like that at all. It feels solid. It feels really thick and luxurious in that way. But there's no sense of, like, it's not over the top. Because it's the slim version, it's also really good for stacking if you wanted to stack multiple on your finger, or if you wanted to get like all the different metal colors and then stack them that way. I really, really struggled on picking what finger it would go on. I was debating between the pinky and the ring finger on my right hand. I have staple rings that I wear on my left hand. There's one on my middle finger for no other reason besides it fit on that finger at the time I got it. My mom gifted that to me. It is a rose gold and pave diamond little like dainty ring. I've worn that for like 10 years, and then I have one on my thumb that's like a friendship ring that I have with my friend for like another 6 or 8 years or something like that. So these are pieces that I've had on my hand forever, and I don't remember the last time I've not worn them. And my right hand used to have a different ring on it, which then got too big, so then I took that off, and then I haven't been wearing a ring on my right hand for a while. And I'd kind of been in the market for one. I was considering this Hermes ring. I'm going to insert a picture and not try to pronounce it because I will absolutely butcher the pronunciation, but it's an Hermes ring that has some pave diamonds on it as well. I tried it on in the white gold with no diamonds version just to get sizing and things like that a couple years ago, I want to say. And for whatever reason, I never fully pulled the trigger on that piece. It looks like a little wave. It looks really cute. I've always thought about it, but I just haven't fully gotten to the point of like, okay, I want to add this and I want to wear it on my finger forever. But when my SA showed me the Cocoa Crush in the slim, it just really resonated. I feel like it's really great. It's a really great piece for the price that it's at. I feel like Chanel has really figured out a sweet spot for their fine jewelry kind of entry price point. Look, I've been also seeing the fine jewelry campaigns for their earrings because I love stars, and they have this whole collection out with like ear cuffs and earrings that have all these like shooting stars and star motifs. Absolutely beautiful. Those are of course also full diamond pieces. So out of curiosity, I checked the website to see like how much they were. And I was expecting them to be pretty pricey. Some of the earrings are only sold as a single to begin with, like it's not even a pair. And my jaw like dropped. I was like, okay, so we're looking at like $7,000 or $8,000 on a pair of earrings, or in some cases it's like one earring. And I was like, okay, never mind. Not quite ready to jump into that kind of territory right now. But this particular Cocoa Crush in the slim is $1,200. I feel like that's a very great price point for a fine jewelry piece from a luxury designer house, like brand, okay? And I feel like for those of you who might be getting married or want to have something like a wedding band to share with your partner or anything like that, this I feel like is a great option. I know a lot of people do that with the Cartier Love rings, but you know how Cartier have the regular Love and then they have like a slim version? I feel like Chanel kind of did a very similar thing with the regular Cocoa Crush, which is, I want to say, about twice the size of this one, and then this is the slim version. You know, if you are looking for a wedding band or a ring to share with like a partner, or even if you want to get one for yourself, because that's what I just did right now for myself, then I feel like it's a really great piece. It's really understated. There's nothing super, super brandy about it. Like you'll see, it does have that kind of diamond quilt motif running through it, but it's not super loud. It's not super obvious. And I really love this beige gold color. I tend to be a rose gold fan anyway. I feel like it works best on my skin tone, but the rose gold has to be kind of the right rose gold for me. I don't like the ones that lean too pink, because then I feel like it's just, that's also not the right tone for my skin tone. So this beige gold is a gorgeous color. If you look at it on its own, it's almost a little confusing. You can't quite tell if it's yellow gold or beige gold. We at the shop could tell mostly from actually reading the label on the actual piece for us to see that it was for us to see that it was beige gold and know for a fact that it's beige gold. When you compare it next to a yellow gold piece, you will definitely tell that the tone is a little bit different. On its own, when you're just looking at it, it doesn't scream too pink. So that's what I really love about this unique color. I feel like I'm going all over the place because I'm really excited and I have a lot of things that I want to talk about. But also, I was saying how this would work really great as like a wedding band. So my personal philosophy when it comes to engagement rings or wedding rings, things like that, because although I have never been married, I have been in the process, I have been involved in the process of many other folks getting their rings. So this is how I've come to this conclusion over the past 6-7 years of helping other people get theirs. So my philosophy is that I think it's best to spend the money on a really good quality, high quality stone and setting. And to get the best bang for your buck, a lot of times I feel like you'd be able to do that at a jeweler's rather than a jewelry house, right? So your Harry Winstons, your De Beers, your Tiffany's, they all have an extreme premium on top of the price of the stone because of their brand name. And of course there's the setting design. They innovate on what kinds of settings you can have for each stone. So all that premium adds up. The thing about I guess diamonds in particular, but really any kind of precious stone and jewelry that you get, is as soon as you buy it, it's like a car. As soon as you buy it, and you turn around and you immediately try to sell it, you're going to lose like 25% off of that cost, right? So I don't really think it's worth paying an extreme premium from one of these like jewelry brands on a stone, because that premium is going to add up when you're looking at a stone, right? So I think that's a practical route to go down, getting your engagement ring or getting an engagement ring. And that way you can maximize the quality of the ring that you can get with your budget, right? You don't have to compromise. Let's say, I'm making this up, right? But let's say you have like $10,000 budget for a ring, right? With that $10,000, if you were to go to Tiffany's, you would probably have to get a smaller size stone because the cost of their stones are higher. But if you went to a jeweler's, you might be able to get like a full carat or something like that when you go straight to the jewelers. You see what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense. So that's what I feel like is a practical way to get an engagement ring. And then when it comes to the wedding band, that's where I feel like splurging on a designer brand, it can kind of marry both worlds, right? So you can still have a piece that's from a designer house, and you can still have a piece that's high quality and beautiful and right for you, That way, if you really want a Cartier love ring, you can get one, and you can still have that as part of your wedding set, right? Or that can be maybe your everyday, or that's one you wear on one hand and you wear your engagement ring on the other hand. Or you can go to Harry Winston, De Beers, Tiffany's. You can go to those places and get your wedding band from that designer brand and not feel like you had to pay such a premium to get it. I hope that rambling is all making sense. And I know nobody asked for my philosophy, but I thought I'd just throw it out there because this is really the conclusion that I've come to, helping several people get their rings. So if you're in the market for getting a wedding band and you're a fan of the House of Chanel, let's say, then I feel like this is a really great option for that. And like I said, it's a really substantial piece. It doesn't feel chintzy at all. It doesn't feel like you're not getting your money's worth out of it. And so I feel like it's a great option to consider, especially if you want to go down less obvious option, because like a lot of people have the Cartier love rings, nothing wrong with that, but a lot of people have it. Let's say you wanted something a little bit different, this could be an option. But that's basically everything that I wanted to share. I hope this piqued your interest in Chanel fine jewelry. To be honest, before this purchase, I can't say that I was necessarily somebody who was super on it and really interested in Chanel fine jewelry. I knew they had their J12 watches that are pretty popular, the ceramic watches, and I knew they had a fine jewelry line, but it never particularly called to me, except for those, star earrings that cost an arm and a leg. So with the Coco Crush Slims, I feel like they're somewhat refreshing their fine jewelry line, and I think it's worth checking out if you've been in the market for getting something new, getting a new piece of jewelry. Let me know if you have any other Chanel fine jewelry pieces that you think I need to check out. Let me know your thoughts on the unboxing style as well, that little video clip that I put together. Let me know if you like that kind of format or otherwise. But of course, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below or head on over to Instagram and I'd be happy to help however I can. If you like this video and you like Chanel unboxing videos, please give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate all of your feedback and support. If you like this kind of content and you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I post new fashion-related videos every Sunday and Wednesday. If you haven't already checked out, I have an open giveaway on my channel. I will link that video above and in the description box so you can check it out for all the rules and things like that. But thank you to every single one of you who has joined this community. I really cannot do any of this without you. So until next time,